Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of InRange. What I have right here is a C308. This is a collaboration between Century and PTR to make a delayed roller G3 CETME type rifle. It is a combination of G3 and CETME parts, but that doesn't mean much because the CETME and the G3 is the same rifle. The Germans adopted it from the Spanish called it the CETME. The Germans adopted it, turned it into the G3. They changed the rear sight and some very minor things on the rifle, but they are almost part for part interchangeable. And in fact, on this sample, the magazines are interchangeable. I'm using G3 mags. You can use CETME mags, doesn't matter. But what we're testing here today is the G3 type rifle, delayed roller blowback, in one of our infamous mud tests. So what we got here is a magazine of 5 rounds. By the way, I have a bunch of videos already on the channel of me shooting this gun in a match and doing very well with it. This gun has been very reliable. So we're going to shoot 5 rounds to show that it's working, then we're going to gunk it up. Five rounds, empty. Got a mag of 10. Gonna chamber it, put it on safe. Gun's on safe. Let's goop it up. I like the way they designed it to sit flat and easily on the mud testing wheelbarrow. That looks pretty good to me. All right, 10 rounds. Let's see what happens. 1 round. Double feed. Locking it open. Pulling the magazine out. I can. Getting the rounds out that were jammed up in there. Still got live ammunition. I can get this in here at this point. It's in battery. So after I cleared that first feeding malfunction, I had to pull the mag out and get the rounds out that were kind of stuck in there. I got through the remainder of the magazine without an issue. Perhaps we should load one more mag and give it one more whirl. All right, guys, we got another magazine of 10. We're going to load it, chamber a round, remud it, try it again. This is really gross, by the way. Barely get the mags in. It's in battery, on safe. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Fired once, not in battery. It did not eject. I'm going to close it on a round. It's in battery. Did not eject. All right, it ejected. Let's load it. We're getting failure to eject. Let's try it again. We're in battery. Yeah, we're not ejecting. So we're at the point, if you manual operate it, it's going to run. We got through the first magazine, I think 7 rounds after we cleared a malfunction. But this second round, the second magazine, requires manually running the action per round fired. So interestingly, this kind of proves that the delayed roller system in a semi-automatic rifle is very resilient. In fact, we just did the FAL test, and this kind of beat the FAL handily. Not going to say that it's optimal, not going to say it's fantastic, but it did really quite well in comparison to the FAL. Now, I realize we did not get mud in this charging handle tube. No reason to go further, but this gun is you're at least able to keep it running in the gunk, unlike the FAL, which is pretty much stopped. There's actually a picture we've come across of a soldier in Afghanistan who has a G3, and he's in a dust storm, huddled down in a vehicle, and he's actually covering the dust with his thumb. He's covering the ejection port to keep filth out of the action, which makes sense considering there's no dust cover on the gun. This is a pretty resilient rifle. Now that I've been talking and this is drying a little bit, let's see what happens. Mud's kind of dry. Let's see. Ooh, that time I dropped the hammer. Hey! After I cleared it a whole bunch of times and the gun kind of dried up or kind of blew out of there, the gun's now running again. So the G3 lives up to its reputation of being a durable battle rifle. All right, guys, this was such an interesting result. We figured we'd go into a little depth here, what we're seeing between the FAL and the G3.
Yeah, why the difference? Of course, everybody from the very first time we put anything in mud has been asking us to do the FAL on the G3. A lot of people are going to want to know, did the sand cuts, the infamous, famous, awesome sand cuts in the FAL bolt, do they really make a difference? And they might with a little bit of material, but not with this kind of volume. The idea, of course, with those sand cuts is that they give a place for dirt to go where it's still going to allow the gun to cycle.
But that's loose sand, not mud.
True. Now, our mud turns into sand pretty quickly here. I think we can watch yours turning light brown as it dries during the course of this filming. But the problem with the FAL, well, let's go to, why do you think the G3 ran right? Because I think that's more...
It didn't run right, it did fail, but I was able to keep it running, and after I cleared it enough times, it started working normally.
Right.
I think the difference here is that the delayed roller blowback system is not a locked system, and it is one of the most violent, fastest cycling actions there is.
Yeah.
When you pull the trigger, this thing, compared to that, that's sluggish. This thing opens up like a house on fire. I mean, it is out of the way. The spent casings go into orbit, and it chambers the next round with a pretty strong spring that needs to be there for delayed roller blowback.
And the other thing is all of the pressure. If this thing is sticky and it takes its time opening because it's so sticky, all that pressure is pretty much still pushing that bolt open. Where with a FAL or with any other gas-operated rifle, you're pushing on a gas piston up here, and if it doesn't move fast enough, you're going to vent the gas out the front of the gas piston before you have enough velocity in the bolt to overcome whatever crap is obstructing the bolt travel.
That's a very good point. Very good point. So it did not run perfectly, but it certainly beat the FAL, at least in this test.
Yeah, and you're able to get it back running.
Take your mag out. You don't have any ammunition in that, do you?
Nope.
I don't even know if I can get mine out at this point.
Hey, it's California compliant now.
I can't get the mag out, but it's empty. Run your action. It's been sitting here dry now.
I can't.
You can't, don't mortar.
Nope.
You can't run it.
Put
it on your shoulder. Try to really get that thing. Oh, get at it. All right.
Nope.
So the G3 has been drying in the sun just like yours.
Yep.
I'm going to try to do the same thing.
Okay. You're knocking all the mud off.
This is not a problem.
No.
This gun's ready to run. If I put another mag in this right now, it's going to go.
Boom, 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 boom. This
You're
one...
not. You are done.
Yep.
After fighting with this for a little bit, this is now running again. You can't even mortar.
Hey! That is so much stiffer than it is normally when it's clean that...
Try it. Now that it's gunked up.
Oh. You know, HKs are notoriously stiff to open. This is actually easier to open than that FAL right now.
I can't open it.
I think what's happened is we've gotten some dirt into the locking shoulder, or into the spaces between the bolt and the bolt carrier. With the G3, you don't really have that. There you go.
Dude, yeah, this gun's not going to run though. Look, it's not even going into battery.
What's that?
It's not going into battery without a cartridge.
No.
All right, I feel this is pretty conclusive. Now, mind you, it's a sample of 1 against 1.
Sure.
However, this is a Century Arms C308 PTR G3.
Right.
This is a DSA.
Supposedly fantastic. Supposedly piece of crap.
Top of the line, garbage. This beat it.
Yeah.
So I think that's conclusive.
All right.
Well, interesting result.
Hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for watching. Check out Patreon, subscribe on Full30 and YouTube, and join us next time.